What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? It is not Peter McKinnon, it is Fiend Rants, and I'm here to talk about a little adventure I went on.
I don't know how much a lens costs, bro. Moral of the story, now I have a new Pentax lens.
Sus.
Terry Bogard dies from tripping on a tree.
My friends were they were doing a concert called Amateur Hour out in Cambridge, Mass. The plan, Arthur, was to go down to Massachusetts, visit my parents out in Western Mass, and then go down to Cambridge to set up for the concert, as well as, because I'm like this, I decided that the best course of action was not only to help with the live stream and video recording, but also bring a measly 4 cameras to have a little fun. I decided that the best way to record video is with a tiny little Canon S90, which is old. It has no battery life.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
This whole fucking thing is called Amateur Hour, and my participation is gonna be amateur quality. The goal was to just have like some low quality film, kind of like those like skate montages or whatever, where the film kind of adds to the character. I don't know if the Canon's gonna do that. We'll see. I recently purchased Olympus Infinity. Look at this guy. It's a whole unit. It's so janky. It's so blocky. I love this. It's also a point and shoot, which means that as soon as you put in the film, outside of picking your subject, you have no control. It has an automatic flash, which means as soon as I get in the venue, this thing is useless. I couldn't actually order any film, and as a result, I only had black and white, but I really wanted to try this guy with some color. So I had to make a trip to the local camera store.
Guy left alone behind you.
Give him that Glock 2 up. Spit on that thing!
So the camera shop was more of a success, probably more than it needed to be, and that is because I got my color film, which is Sunkissed 400D. The real financial mistake was that I saw a Pentax lens.
What?
I asked what the price was. It does not have a price tag on it, so he was like, I don't know, what do you think it costs? And don't say $5. And I was gonna say $5, so I didn't say that. Moral of the story, now I have a new Pentax lens.
Now, my parents live out in Western Mass, and that was the first leg of my journey because I didn't want to drive the 5 hours it took to go from upstate New York down to Cambridge, Massachusetts in a single day, and I also needed a place to crash, and where better than my parents' couch. There's this little town called Northampton. It's in the middle of like 4 or 5 colleges. It's a pretty nifty place to be, and you can get some pretty fun photos. Northampton also has this bike path which goes past a basketball court, skate park, recreational area, as well as this really interesting bridge where you get some pretty cool rapids going past underneath, so you get really cool flows of water that can play really nice with light.
Sus. You can see just only you can prevent wildfires, and that quote, of course, came from Obama and no one else. Some fun stuff here. Just in the tide. I think it's wicked cool. Then again, I'm a fucking nerd.
I think I got some decent photos, particularly by the skate park. I think the skate park had a lot of good stuff. The last thing I did on that Friday was I actually went up to this little place called Mount Sugarloaf, which has a little beacon tower. I don't know the proper term for it, but it's got a lookout tower where you can see a huge amount of the area, and it is a great place to watch the sunset. So I thought, in my infinite wisdom, with my CineStill put into a point and shoot camera and my Sony digital, I thought heading up to Mount Sugarloaf would be a great idea. Saturday had 2 things to do, really. Like, let's be honest here. I had to drive out to Cambridge and I had to take some photos. And I decided that the best course of action was to head out a little early, in part just so I can get ahead of traffic, which mission failed. I still hit traffic, but I did get there early enough that I had a decent chunk of time, like 2-3 hours, to just walk around and take photos. I forgot that sunset was earlier in the winter, which is kind of disappointing because I was hoping to have like a good hour or two of good light to mess around with. And no dice. I got like 30 minutes by the time I arrived. While I was exploring Cambridge, there's a lot of cool stuff to take photos of, but there were two standout moments for me. One was I walked past an alleyway where I ran into some dude actively painting and doing work while I was passing by. So I stopped and asked if I could catch a photo. And he agreed. I'm putting his Instagram up because he's a super cool dude. And, you know, here's the photo of that. The other big story from Cambridge, just when I was walking around on my own, is I ran into this woman called Crystal, and, you know, she wanted to get her picture taken, and who am I to say no? All my friends arrived. They have arrived in Cambridge. They're prepping to put on their costumes for the Halloween concert. They're visiting the game store, and my genius brain decided that it was the best course of action to not record the first like 45 minutes of us just hanging out and having a good time. Obviously, that was a very bad idea.
Am I fraudulent? You should have started at like a half hour.
I really should have. I wasn't thinking. Well, this thing's got a short edge.
Dude, you know those? Okay, wait. You know those like TikToks? Like, someone will say like when someone like jumps me, but then I hit him with like the far heavy punch.
Yeah.
However, I did get some banging photos from this period of time. Banging photo of Johan as Terry, which I'm very happy with. This was a good one.
Terry Bogard dies from tripping on a tree.
Not raw.
I don't know, bro. This motherfucker. Do not believe
saying,
me.
if
I just pointed to my backpack, said, "Let me cook," because I'm a chef.
It would have worked. No, they would know.
It's not the bear, but like,
I love it. I like blueberries. It's very good.
I don't have the hat. I thought about it. I didn't think it would work in this environment. Like a very tall one, you know, the little. Could have put a rat in there.
The roof would have been high enough, but
I should have gotten a hat and a stuffed rat.
The reason I was at Amateur Hour in the first place was to help with the live stream and recording, because the laptop being used to play all the music really would not have been able to handle the music program, OBS, and shooting out a live stream. Like, that's just a lot of work to do for a single device. My laptop handles the recording, handles the live stream, and we get a flawless show while also shooting it out to the World Wide Web and also having a recording. This did not go to plan.
I had a plan. I still have a plan.
The live stream really started messing with audio, so we had to cut that pretty early. And then unfortunately the recording, while I got all the glorious video, as you can see right now, none of the audio was recorded.
This is all going to plan.
The actual music itself, absolutely banging. So, unfortunately, outside of forgetting to record video for the first two sets like a fool, and my S90's battery running out,
Foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
I ran out of space to take photos. With an hour left in the whole show, I thought my 64 gig SD card would be enough. It was not. I ran out of space.
I hate you so much.
What little I did manage to capture with my cameras turned out to be absolute bangers, and the last set, holy, it was incredible and lit up the whole venue.
So this is it. Welcome to Amateur Hour. Thanks for watching. If you like it, do all the algorithm pleasing bullshittery. I know this was a departure from my usual esports focus, but I had an unofficial esports retirement, so I need to step away and do some other stuff. If you like this kind of thing, expect more of it, because I had a blast and I want to do more of this kind of thing.